You all good, Parker?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Danny, you're on.
All right, I'll make it short. Two things. I'm gonna help you try to find some leads. I bought a bunch of leads I've been emailing to contacts, emails, and I believe it gives me the type of business. I'm gonna go through the categories and pull out the type of things I think you could do well at that are bigger, that fall in line. And I'll email that over to you. So maybe you could start with something like that. I'll get that over to you by the end of the day.
Thank you.
So the other thing is the incentive. I know you like flying, and I know flying is a costly thing to do, hobby. And as a job, it's totally different. You know, Tony has a jet, and I know anybody could buy a jet. It's like buying a townhouse. It's like $400,000 or $500,000, but it's also about $200,000-$300,000 a year to keep it. So even he is selling his because it's just got to be too expensive. You know, it runs about $2,000 an hour to fly it. But airplane, I understand, is not is maybe doable. And I heard you're doing some lessons and you're trying to get a license. Is that true?
Right.
What does it cost? How many lessons? I mean, is lessons ongoing, and what's the cost of that? Because I want to try to put an incentive to give together where I pay for your lessons.
Well, I'm on stage
Can't hear.
2 right now. There's stage 3. I have 3 more
Parker.
solos.
Margaret, it's not
Can
working.
you hear me?
No,
It's not.
echoing all of a sudden.
You can't hear me, can you?
I
can hear
can now.
you now.
Yes.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. I'm on stage 2, so I have like 3 or 4 more solos, and like going to Ocean City and back and whatnot. And I'm right now I'm completely out of money. So I mean, I have like $5,000 on my credit card right now. It's about $300 every day. I probably have I probably only need $5,000 or $6,000 more dollars to finish up my private certificate. And but right now, I mean, I have a ground lesson today. That's going to be my last ground lesson because I just don't have any more money. And the ground lessons are less expensive, but I'm getting ready for a cross country solo. So that's really what I'm working on, but I'm going to have to stop for a while because I don't have the money for it. So I'm just trying to figure out how to get a loan or something.
Parker,
because
Parker.
the work
That wasn't my question.
Tell Danny how
My
much.
question was very specific. How many lessons you had to do left? I think you said it was 6, correct?
Oh, it's all based on performance, but if I put a number on it, I'd probably say I probably need $5,000 or $6,000 more dollars to.
Hey Parker, when you talk, can you talk into the mic? Because every time you turn your head is when we're not hearing you.
Yeah, I need like $5,000 or $6,000 more dollars.
Not my question. My question was, how many private lessons on the first level that you're at do you have left? Do you need
It's
to
all
get you
based
to the
on,
next level?
It's all based on performance. I've finished them out rather quickly, but it's all based on performance. Like there's one guy who has 500 hours.
I heard that every time you told me that. I heard that. That's not my question. Give me a number of what you think based on your experience. Is it 10? Is it 20? Is it 3? Is it the same type of flying lesson? And how much does it cost per lesson?
It's $300 a lesson, and I'd say about probably like anywhere between 10 and 15 lessons.
Okay. So each lesson is a set price of about $300, correct?
Yeah, average. Yeah.
And that's what you're really trying to do is when you started talking to me before, you jumped up the steps. You told me you need 6,000, but you can't jump up the steps. No one can. So what I'm trying to do is help you up each individual step. And that step is $300 each step. That's what I'm hearing.
Right.
That sound right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we need right now rooftops. We need like 4 good rooftop jobs that have 4 or more units to help BG&E in the BG&E territory. To help them, the inspectors want us, and I'm giving everybody an incentive to try to sell 2 or 3 of these jobs over the next 2 weeks. For $300 for every, let's see how many it would be. 10 units would be, for every 10 units you bring in, I'll not only pay you the commission, but I'll pay for a $300 lesson.
All right.
So, I'm trying to calculate that out to make sure that's correct. Yeah. So, yep, for every 10 units you pull in the next 2 weeks, I'll add on top of your commission. You'll still get all your full commission, but I'll add I'll pay for a flying lesson. And then after 2 weeks, we'll sit down and we'll talk about hotels. And I'll come up with also a formula for the hotels. We also need work between October and December 31st. So I'll probably do like for every hotel, for every like 50 units of hotels. Let me see. So 50 units would be. I'll probably do like somewhere like for every hotel that's at least 75 units. I'll throw in another. I'll put it in writing, but I'll throw in another license so that we can get your 10 or so. So you can continue to do your license, and then honestly, with the money you're making, it's going to be more valuable. You'll be able to start paying off that bill. So this way you'll be able to still fly, even though you'll be able to still fly and slowly. It's almost like a loan because you'll still be able to fly and then start paying it down. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to sell these deals because right now I can't do any flying because I'm way past on my credit card. Like I've utilized way more than 30%.
We know that, Parker.
But you didn't hear me. I'm gonna buy you a flying for every one you turn in. You don't have to buy it. I'm gonna buy it.
Well, yeah, I know, but I have to do that. Like I have to do that right now. Like I have to get somebody and close them right now so I can go and do the lesson.
Well,
Right.
do that.
So that's all you got to do. Just close the couple. You'll get commission to pay it down, and I'll front you the money to buy the lessons. So you'll be able to continue.
All right.
It's a plan that enables you to keep flying.
Right.
And I think that would be a good motivation for you versus the other, what I'm doing for everybody else.
No, definitely. Thank you. I'll definitely have to get on the phone with a lot of people.
And Parker,
And
let
go ahead.
me say one thing, Parker. And what I'm going to do to sweeten the pot a little bit is when Danny buys your first flight lesson, it's going to be $300. I'm going to let you pick out the chair of your choice for your office. I have to approve the color and the size. It can't be too oversized. But when Danny pays you $300, Danny buys your first flight lesson, I'm going to let you pick out a chair for your office.
All right. Thanks. All right.
Cool. So I think if I hear what you're saying. You need leads, you need some help and support there, and I'm going to see what I can find there. And then you need to close some. And if you close some, you'll be able to fly, even though I hear that your credit card's maxed, but you'll get commissions to start paying that down, and I'll start buying the lessons. And
Okay,
get you back
cool.
on track. And hopefully
Yeah,
by the
maybe.
end of the year, you'll get your flying time in, you'll get your credit card paid down, and then Dominion's gonna open back up January 1st. So we'll be able to go back in Virginia and hit those hotels over there.
Now, Danny, can I ask you a question for Parker? Like when you buy the flying lessons, are you gonna actually write the check to the?
Yeah, you just tell me who to pay, and I'll call them up and prepay it.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it's been a big difference now. It's gonna be a big difference now because it's just yeah. All right. Well, thank you.
All
I
I
mean,
gotta
is
say,
that-
So I guess yeah.
Does that work as a good incentive motivator? I mean, does that help you?
Yeah, I mean, it works to get me to start calling more people. I mean, I'm gonna
Not hearing you. Not hearing you.
Parker, can you hear me?
miss a lot of flying time just because the nature of what it is, but I'm just gonna miss a lot of flight about it, but I'll just have to. I kind of did it.
All right, Parker,
Yeah,
Parker,
can you hear me?
Parker,
Can you hear me?
your cell phone isn't
Can you-
working. Your cell phone's not working. We're gonna conclude our Zoom meeting. Danny, thank you very much. Parker, you've
All right.
got a lot of work ahead of you, and I'm very proud of you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
All righty, thank you.
All right.
Danny.
Good luck, Parker.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.